Hey guys, Master Mark Kanar here today, and I'm just got back from AAU Nationals. It's quite an ordeal. I had a couple canceled flights and some delays and everything, so I was a few days later than expected. But I just wanted to talk to you guys about how proud I am of all my athletes that went to AAU Nationals and performed out there. They did really, really well. We had eight athletes out there, and we took 64 medals, so we were averaging about 8 medals a student, which is really, really great. And I went out there and I just performed. And I want to tell you guys a little story. When I was a little kid, I grew up in a kind of like a rundown trailer court in Toledo, Ohio, and my dad got a better job and we moved to Birch Run. And I remember when we first moved to Birch Run, my dad bought this big house and it had like a forest all around it, actually. And I remember going in the forest and I looked up and I couldn't believe how tall these trees were. And, the branches all crossed each other and it was dark in the forest. It was dark in the woods. It was a lot of shade. And as I looked around, I realized there wasn't very many other trees out there. The only trees that were out there were the ones that tried to reach its highest peak, so to speak. It never stopped growing. It didn't grow halfway, it grew all the way. And on the top, where all these trees were, where all these branches were, was like a canopy. And that canopy was full of leaves and it was taking the sunlight in. It was taking all of its celestial glory, so to speak. And that's how it got its energy. And when I look at athletes that take the risk and go to nationals, I know that as a martial artist that they're trying to become the best version of themselves. They don't let fear and anxiety or excuses stop them from going. Now, some people aren't interested in that, and that's fine. But some people, I can tell, really, really, really want to go. And those people that really want to go, but then decide not to at the end, those people are like trees in the woods that are only growing halfway. They're stopping. And when I looked around the woods when I was a kid, the trees that did only get a little bit up, you would see that they fell over or they were starting to decay and they were dying because they weren't getting the energy they needed to. The trees that grew the highest, those were the strongest trees. Those were the best trees. Those were the best versions that it possibly could. And unfortunately, because of fear and anxiety, a lot of humans don't reach their full potential. And if you are an athlete and you're kind of afraid to go to nationals, go there. This year I did 17 events and I did it because I wanted to see if I could. And I remember some of the athletes were like, hey, Mr. Kanar, man, the last couple of days you weren't getting all gold anymore. Well, you want to know something? They tried to say it was because I was in too many divisions. That's not the truth. I just had a whole bunch of other people that were trees like me that were really tough athletes that had to perform against. And it was their time to shine, so to speak. And that's just the way that I look at it. I want to be the best version of myself. I want my students to be the best version of their selves. I want Team Michigan to have the best version of themselves. And I want Team USA to have the best versions of themselves. And getting that experience, going out there and performing in as many divisions as I possibly could, that was my own personal mission because I wanted to get the most experience because I truly believe in order for me to be the most valuable martial artist in my area, I have to have the most amount of experience. That's just the way that it is. Some people don't believe that, but I do. I know it's the truth from all the education that I have in my life, going to college, having over 200 college credits, just studying constantly. I know it's the truth. That's what your value is your experience. All right. And that's really what I wanted to talk to you guys. Now, I have a bunch of things coming up in the next couple weeks, and I'm going to keep you guys posted. So make sure you stay at this channel. And remember, don't be a tree growing halfway in the forest. Grow all the way. Because on the top, you're taking all that celestial glory, and you're becoming the best version of yourself. Don't ever miss your mark, so to speak. Be the best version you can be. Once you become a performer, you're going to become authentic. People are going to remember who you are, and that's the purpose-driven life that you want to have. That's my goal as your martial art instructor or anyone I inspire is I want you to be the best version of yourself. I want you to be authentic. I want people to remember who you are. I want you to inspire other people because that's what martial artists do. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.